Jose?
And precisely, thank you, Kelly, precisely the question of the reaction outside of Washington. Eamon, how's the reaction been overseas?
Well, the sharpest condemnation, Jose, has been coming actually from the United Nations. In fact, one of the UN officials in charge of counterterrorism said that it's really time for prosecutions to be brought against Bush-era officials. Now, the likelihood of that happening is somewhat unclear, but right now the strongest condemnation has also been coming from some of the U.S.'s biggest adversaries, including Iran. The supreme leader there called it shameful. China as well has been somewhat very critical of this report, in fact, criticizing the U.S. for its human rights abuses, since the U.S. often lectures China and others about their human rights practices. So there are a lot of sharp words coming out from some of the U.S.'s adversaries. None of those countries really have a tremendous amount of good human rights records. But at the same time, some of the U.S.'s closest allies are condemning torture. We heard from British Prime Minister David Cameron saying that the use of torture is wrong. He reflected on his country's past and some of those practices. And so you get a mixed reaction. But there are also some of the countries where we've known that the U.S. rendered individuals like Poland and in some cases Egypt, their response has been somewhat muted to the report's findings. Jose?
Eamon and Kelly, thank you so much this morning for being with me.